Greetings and salutations. My name is Tish, and welcome to the Artist Haven, where home plus art equals heart. In tonight's live video broadcast, it is Tish Talk, where we're going to sit back and have a really cool art chat with my new friend, Heather Mader. From Heather Mader Art. Welcome to the channel, Heather.
Welcome. Thank you so much for having me today.
I am so excited for this. So what are you going to be working on tonight?
I have no idea. How about that? I have no
Brutal
idea.
honesty is always good.
Yeah, I just thought, you know what? I'm just going to do something. One thing I wanted to do was I have this mysterious blue, and it's something, a paint they don't make anymore.
Okay.
It's this DIY Art Minds Mysterious, and anyone who knows, loves this color, it's very hard to, you can't get it anymore. But I thought, you know what, this is a special occasion. I'm going to use it and see what comes up. So
awesome. I have never seen that before, so it's probably a good thing I'm not on the lookout for that, because I'm always on the lookout for new colors. But now that I know they don't make it and it's hard to find, I won't even bother.
I know. See, yeah, Karen with Waterfall Acrylic sent me a few bottles of it, so it's kind of like a little coveted paint, and I keep holding it for a special occasion. But I'm like, this is a special occasion, so.
Oh, awesome! Thank you for sharing it with us.
Yeah.
So, okay, let's take a quick moment. I'm going to be doing, oh, golly jeepers, where'd they go? I thought I had one sitting out here. Now I don't have it. I'm going to do the bottle bottom flowers like Fiona does on her channel. Mm-hmm. Well, not because they won't look anything like hers, because hers are fantastic. And mine are probably going to look like hot garbage, but I'm going to give it a whirl anyway. I've got 3 little canvases ready. So I'm going to do 3 in the same colors and sell them as a set if they turn out right. So we'll see what happens. Crossing fingers, praying to the paint gods. Let's hit this. So if you want to go ahead and get started, I will say hello to everybody in the chat real quick. Okay. And we're just going to art and talk and just see what comes about.
Sounds wonderful.
Throw my Minnesota accent in there. Cheryl says, hi, Tish and Heather. Hi, everyone.
Hi, guys.
Artistry is here. Doris is here. Angela is here. Hello. And Brooke G. Artistry is here. Hello, Brookie Cookie. And scrolling. Hello, Rocket. Hello, Daphne. Yay. And Melanie is here. Hello.
Oh.
And Cynthia is here. Hello. Whoa. Everything decided they wanted to go jumping up for joy because everybody's here in the chat. Yay!
See, some people do recognize that mysterious baby cakes. She's saying that that's one of the first colors they used. It's beautiful, and I'm trying to recreate it, but it's not easy. It's not an easy one to recreate.
Ancient Chinese secret.
Yes.
And Jay is here, one angry Italian. And I'm gonna totally hack your name, sweetheart, but Bandana? I'm not sure. I'm sorry if I totally hack your name. I was just telling Heather that I'm very very, what's the word I'm looking for? Anal, I guess you'd say, about pronouncing people's names right.
That's good. That's wonderful.
It's one of my little pet peeves about myself. I don't like it when people call me the wrong name, and so I try and give that to everybody else. So, hello, wifey from the next room over. Jay and Brooke are husband and wife. So,
how cute!
Yeah, Jay's awesome, and so is Brooke. And Gail is here. Hello. And Gina Bina is here. Hello. Gail is actually from Australia, so good morning, Gail.
Yeah, good morning, I think, huh?
Yeah. All right. So, Heather, what is the name of your business and where can we find you and your art?
Well, Heather Mater Art is the name of my business, and Heather Mater Art. I decided to put my name in the title instead of just a specific type of art, like pouring from the heart, because I knew right away I'm a Virgo. I'm not gonna stay doing the same thing forever. So I was like, I'm gonna put my name in there so I have an opportunity to branch out and change things, and I can always grow with that name, you know. So that's why I chose that name. And YouTube, of course. Most people know me on YouTube and Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest. I recently started trying to figure out TikTok. That's just hilarious.
That's a whole other ball of wax.
It is.
Like,
and there's some really famous like pouring artists on there, but it's, boy, you have to be pretty young and competitive, and I don't know, like I'm old, you know. So I don't know, but it's you can find me all over the place, and I'm pretty much searchable. I have my own website, of course, heathermaterart.com.
Okay.
And that's a great place to purchase prints or, pretty much paintings. I do always have paintings that I don't have listed on there because you know how it is. You're a one-woman show. So.
Yep. Oh, yeah. And, that's the thing that I'm working on right now is the website. And I'm like, how am I going to get all this on here? And oh my God.
So, I got to say hi. My mom just popped in. I got to say hi to my mom.
Well, hello, Heather's mom.
Yep. She's from Wyoming. We got to say hi to my mom. So.
Oh, Rhea is trying to say hello. She's in the other room. So if you hear a kitten, that's Rhea. She's saying hello.
Oh, how cute.
Okay, so where are you located right now, and where did you grow up?
I'm in the Pacific Northwest in Oregon, and I grew up in Wyoming. A little bit of South Dakota. You mentioned Rapid City the other day, and I thought, I spent a little time there in my youth. I have family that lives there still. Rapid City is a little bit of South Dakota, but mostly in Wyoming is where I grew up. The country, country life. I mean, no, we weren't country.
I miss the country life. I'm tired of sirens and helicopters and
Are you?
Stuff. Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm done. I want to go to the country. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love city life, but there's just something about being out in the country and, you can tan topless and not get arrested.
That's a plus.
Things like that.
Not that we were country. We weren't country. My parents were pretty progressive for the area, and I do love the metropolitan life. And I think I read a poem one time on my channel about my life and going away into a metropolitan city and then coming home again and what that felt like. It's a pretty emotional thing for me because it's like I need to go home to rejuvenate at times, and I haven't been home in a while, and I feel it in my body. My spirit needs it, Yep. So it's definitely something I love to do. And as I get older, I do think about maybe moving to maybe not a country, like country, but maybe a little bit out of the city.
Well, that's where I'm kind of at. It's like, okay, I need to be at least by, a Michael's and,
right. That's my problem. I got to be by,
I got to be by these things because I go there every week and, not so much lately, but, before the whole pandemic thing started and everything got weird. I used to go every week, and now it's like, okay, I really need to evaluate my life and make sure that I can do that. But do you live in a metro area now?
I do. I live in Portland, Oregon, so it's very metro, and I'm a chef, and I've been a chef for almost 18 years now. I own my own personal chef and catering company called Black Radish Chef. Okay. And that's blackradish.net. And so I've moved more towards doing art in the last year and a half. Mm-hmm. But I still do practice as a chef. So I like to be near beautiful food sources too, and that's one thing in the middle of the country. It's gotten better. But food sources I used to think that like frozen vegetables was the best you could get, you know. I mean, it really was bad, but it has gotten better now. But
Yeah.
I love the lushness of the produce and stuff here in Oregon. It's amazing. We have a beautiful and amazing city. So
I've never been there, and that's on my bucket list to go. So
yeah, it's pretty, very pretty.
I've been to I actually I think I drove through there when I was like 8 years old on the way to California.
Okay, yeah.
But I just I guess I just never got. I never got to the. I was born in California, so I've been on the West Coast. I just never traveled much that far west. So okay,
I really traveled a lot as a child. Actually, my mom and dad were very much. It was awesome that way. We did a lot of driving, and car trips, and some plane trips too. And I really got to see a lot of the United States growing up. So I was pretty lucky that way.
yeah, that's I didn't get to travel much when I was a kid, and as an adult, I had kids very young, so I didn't get to do much of that stuff. So now I'm making up for it though. So
Good.
What is art to you? Like, how would you define art?
Art is life. Art is life. It's in every single thing that we see. It's everywhere that we go. It's the smells. It is the taste. It's the visions. It's like I see poetry and art in every single thing that I do. And sometimes it's a painful art, and sometimes it's, it's art is like an expression of life for me. That's what I truly feel. And I try to pull that into my work for sure. I'm an extremely emotional person, so I think that it comes across in my art a lot. So
yeah, I feel that. I
yeah.
I'm a very emotional person as well, so sometimes I'm overly emotional. I think overly emotional. I think, but
Well, so yeah, sorry, I'm a little nervous to be honest. Like I'm a little nervous. So
why?
if I sound nervous, you guys, I
Me?
don't know why. I'm not I don't know how to paint and talk, so I'm trying to figure this out right now.
Oh, even if it turns out, not exactly what we just love making art and being creative, and we love talking about food. We love talking to each other, and that's just that's what this channel is all about: is community and just getting to know each other. So
Yeah.
thank you for coming today. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it too. It's awesome.
So, was there a moment when you switched from finding time to create art versus making time? Well, yeah, between finding, I can read. In fact, I typed it down. Between finding time to create art versus making time to create art.
Yes. And that moment came to me after a period of extreme loss and grief in my life, and pain and suffering. And I began to heal. And as I began to heal, I realized life is really short. Really, really, really short. And in that moment, I think I thought, I cannot wait for the perfect studio, for the perfect situation. I think I was just waiting for something perfect to come for me to be able to practice art on a daily basis and even bring it into my life as a job.
Right.
And I just woke up. I just said, nope, I'm getting older and I don't have any more time. There's no more time for this. It's now. The time is now. And I felt better too. And I had just started, like I said, recover. I was almost virtually bedridden, truthfully. I was very, very sick and ill for a while, and after a lot of terrible things. So this moment came, and I thought, you know what? I feel better for the first time in years, and I'm going to do something with it that I've been wanting to do my whole life, and that is to do art daily on a regular basis. And I'm also pretty excited about the way this pour just came out. I'm like I wish you were closer. You can't be closer to me, can you? I would have to make adjustments.
I can't zoom in. I wish I could.
Okay. Yeah.
That's the
But
bummer.
anyway,
The only bummer about going live is that, I don't have that technology.
no, and I could make adjustments, but it would be really sloppy. I have like an overhead bar setup camera. I could actually bring you down, but it would just take a minute. But anyway, yeah, so that's the time. That's when I decided that's what I wanted, and that's what I was going to do, and there was nothing that was going to stop me, and I just did it. And I had a supportive partner at the time who decided I could take over the living room. I moved all of the stuff out of the living room. I do not have a couch. I do not have a TV. I do not have anything like that. And I said, no, I'm just going to do this. This is what I want. And I did it. So that's what I did.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Because that's pretty much how I am too. My living room, dining room, even my deck is all my studio. So that's why I say it's always nice to be single.
It is. Well, and I was lucky to have a partner that was like, he's like, good thing you're good at this, because otherwise I'd be pissed. But no, he was so supportive. And so I was really lucky. I made this little adjustment, and you're going to see. Yeah, that brings you in a little bit closer.
Yeah, that brought us in really close. That's cool.
Hopefully that helps a little bit.
Well, I just made this into like hot garbage. That's okay. I didn't put enough background paint, but we're just going to work with it.
I like your flower, though. That's pretty. Those bottle bottom flowers are really interesting. I just started doing them too, and I never saw myself doing them. But what I find about art is I try not to have like a preconceived notion about what something could or could not be for me.
Right.
In terms of the outcomes, because I surprise myself all the time. I can take a technique that I've seen everyone do, and then I'll put my own spin on it. And that's something about art you have to realize. Your energy is your energy, and you're going to filter everything through that, right?
Right.
So no matter what you do, it's going to be yours and uniquely yours. And that's how I feel. So I stopped worrying about, I don't want to try something that seems gimmicky or whatever. I just decided to do it. So
yeah, when I first started my channel, that was like the first pours I did was bottle pours, and they turned out like hot garbage because I didn't have the paint right thickness, and they weren't consistent. I mean, I was just playing around. I wasn't really like a student of this. And I started my channel a year ago. So, and I've been doing this every day now, like literally every day, for the last almost year. And so you learn what works for you, because every artist is going to have their own mix and their own thing and all that kind of stuff and their own method. And I always take inspiration from them and then put my own twist on it, because I'm in Minnesota right now, and it is humid as all get out here. And someone else in Arizona, where it is dry as all dry can be, is going to have different results with the same mix that I have. And Floetrol is not consistent, and sometimes paints aren't even consistent. Paint gets frozen up here. If you have a paint that gets really extremely cold, maybe not completely frozen, but 37 degrees, it's going to change the consistency of it. So that's another thing you have to take into consideration when you're watching. I can watch you do something amazing and then go try and do it, and it turns out like, I can do exactly what you do, exactly your mix, and exactly everything, and it's going to turn out completely different for me. So, as a creative, what helps you find or keep motivation? What gives you ideas?
I would say I definitely get ideas from nature, from sometimes I get ideas from weird places. Like I won't even specifically, go seek out. People say, oh, go watch other artists and stuff, and that does help sometimes. Like, so, I do like to watch another artist's work and see what they decide to do. But a lot of times I'll get inspiration from like watching a beautiful documentary on a different culture, or maybe something from Gaia. I really like the Gaia Network quite a bit. And I don't know, just reading and listening to poetry, music especially. And I think that's been the hardest part from when I started doing these lives on my own channel, was not listening to music, because I'm a musician. I'm a classically trained flautist, and I studied music in college, and music is my thing. So it's been interesting to not be able to listen to music, and I'd say that was a huge inspiration for me too. So
Yeah, I totally understand that, because I'm usually rocking out, when I'm doing like my filming for my videos or whatever, or I'm building stuff, or I'm like today I was resining canvases to get them ready for the website and stuff, and I had my metal. I'm a metal girl.
yeah,
So, I'm rocking out. Five Finger Death Punch is just keeping me going. So, this didn't turn out too bad. But that's kind of my thing. Is when you said music, I'm like, and even I'll play Vivaldi. It just depends on what my mood is.
Yeah.
So I built up some paint there in the corner. So I'm just gonna kind of go in here.
Brooke is a violinist.
Yep.
Violin.
Yeah,
we should do a duet. I've seen people doing these crazy cool COVID duets. Or, I would love to do something like that.
You know what? We'll bring you guys on the channel, and you both can play, and we can orchestrate that.
That'd be fun.
That would be really cool. So yeah, that'd be real. That would be like epic Artapalooza moment, I think. If we got you both hurting, and then you guys played the flute as the intro, that would be kind of cool. But I'm waxing philosophical here. I apologize. I'm just like, music is like science and art mixed together. That's
it is
one of my two favorite things on the planet. So yeah,
mine too.
I'm gonna put this over here. We're gonna grab this. Okay, so I gotta remember to wipe my hands off, because I don't want to totally destroy my mouse, because I have I already went through one mouse. It only took me 6 months to kill that mouse for my computer. Oh my goodness. Let's see what you got going on there.
Yeah, this mysterious. So my goal was I wanted to create a big pool of it by itself. So at the very bottom of the cup, I layered a whole little bit of that mysterious just by itself. And I got this beautiful mysterious pool right here. And then I used a lot of tiger's eye pigment in this one, so it's going to be really pretty. Maybe it's probably something I wish I probably should resin it, but I'm not really a huge. I love resin. I love the effects of resin, but resin doesn't like me as a person. Like
it doesn't like me either. And it's like I can work with royal icing. I can do all kinds. I can make a angel food cake from scratch. I mean, I can work with egg whites, and I can do all these things in the kitchen. But resin and I, nope. I can make soap. I can do all these things. But resin and I, we just don't get along. Unless I'm just not coloring it, not doing anything to it, just putting it there for its own sake.
Coating. Well, the thing about it is, I can do it, and I can do it fairly well, but I really am allergic. I'm extremely sensitive, chemical sensitive. Yeah, so it's really. I mean, it's really hard on me. I have to dress up like I'm in a hazmat suit and wear a respirator, and I just hate that feeling. And then it kind of stifles my creativity a bit,
Yeah. Yeah, when you have to put on garb to do what you love, that's
right.
You're an actress.
Sandra says, Sandra, I would love for you. She said, I need to paint a fish in there. Wouldn't a fish look pretty in here?
That does. She's right. It does look like coral.
would be pretty.
That
Her
good.
and I do a lot of collabs that are really fun. And she's an amazing, amazing artist, Sandra. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, I have to, my ear thing is falling out.
Oh no.
Technical difficulty.
You know, and I wouldn't make you wear them, but then we get feedback and it doesn't
No, it's
sound
okay.
good.
It's
So
all right. I'm gonna get one of those headsets for sure. I used to have one. I used to work for an answering service, and I used to have to wear one of those like 8 hours a day.
ugh. See, I couldn't wear it for 8 hours a day. That would drive me a little bit nuts.
Yeah.
I like have to put it. I take it off and put it around my neck. So, all right, let's try this one again. I want the yellow to come out a little bit more though, so we're gonna start with blue. Okay, so do you have any tricks that you use or ideas that help you attain the goals that you set?
Guilt and shame. I don't know what.
What I was looking for. This is supposed to be a motivational thing.
Oh, sorry. I thought we were talking about motivation right now.
Well, you know, that is good. It is kind of it is a motivational tactic. It's not a healthy one.
No, I'm kidding. Well, I'm partially kidding.
It's very tongue in cheek, dear. Very tongue in cheek because I knew exactly what you're talking about.
I'm partially kidding because the truth is I do use guilt and shame sometimes on myself, not that anyone else. But I would say perfectionism is also unfortunately one of my things. I definitely try to, you know, I'm always looking to be better, and so that motivates me to keep going. And I'm definitely a perfectionist, and so I'm a little hard on myself, I'm sure. But yeah, as far as I'd say my fans, like I hate to say fans, but my viewers, the people that support my art,
your community,
my tribe, yeah, those people, like those are the people that really make me want to keep going a lot. And I've had so many days where I'm just like, what am I doing this for? And this is too hard, or this is too much, or, you know, I'll feel depressed about, you know, whatever it is that day. And then someone will write me an email or a message and say, hey, you know, you brightened my day. I watched your video and this is how it helped me. Or sometimes they'll just ask for advice, and I'll realize I can help them, and they go away feeling good, and it makes me feel good. And yeah, I love that community. It's I didn't even realize how valuable it was to me, and it's been extremely, extremely valuable to me. So
yeah. I feel you on that. There are days where I just like, I don't want to get out of bed. I want to just lay where I'm at and cuddle Rhea and just not do anything. And then I'm like, wait, I gotta go live, and I gotta do this, and I gotta do that, and I gotta set this, and
right.
And then I get a knock on my door, and it's an Amazon gift that one of my viewers have sent me. It's
exactly.
like, oh, they do love me. They don't hate my stuff, so they're giving me more stuff because they want me to make more stuff, and I love them, and they're awesome, and that's so cool. You know,
right? I was gonna say that's a huge motivator too for me, because people send me things that I would never buy for myself. And then I try them, and it's extremely motivating sometimes just to get those things. You're like, what's this? What can I do with it? It's inspiring to get a new product and just figure it out, you know, to do. I don't know. I love that part. So that's one of the things that's extremely motivating to me.
Yeah.
You know.
Absolutely. So what is your favorite cringeworthy word?
Oh no.
Like what
I
word?
can't say it. No.
Okay, without using a cuss, without offending a bunch of people, probably, because there's a lot of people. But
I want to pass on this question. I heard you ask this to someone else, and I thought, I hope to God she doesn't ask that to me. Like, I don't even want to think ahead on what I might say.
Sorry.
No,
sometimes I gotta ask the tough questions.
I know. Next.
What?
No, I don't know what cringeworthy. Oh my gosh. I can't. I don't know how to answer that. I didn't know how when I heard it before, and I really don't. Can I really pass?
Yes, Brooke will answer it for you. She says mine is moist, cringeworthy.
Oh God. Oh yes, that's just
Sandra agrees. Yep.
We can all agree on that one. I'm fine with it. I'm totally fine with that. That can be my answer. Funny.
Okay, so if you could create with anyone, dead or alive, who would you choose?
Probably my grandmother, because it's like when she was alive, I didn't realize the person she was. I was young.
Right.
And I think most of the time I didn't spend that much time with her, but I look back and I'm like, oh, I'm just like her. She was a painter. She was a piano teacher. I think she was a ranch cook for a long time. So she also was a chef, and I think how much alike we are. And I would love to be this person today, alive now as I am now, and be able to just spend time with her and have us just sit on, in an afternoon and have tea and paint and talk about, I just, I would love that.
Yeah, I just got a gloob. Gloobs happen.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, there's nothing else to say. I would love to.
Oh, where did my tweezers go?
Sandra, you said some coral I'm supposed to leave. I don't know where the coral is that you see.
It's like the whole thing.
I know. I'm like the whole thing. The green, like this green part right here looks like coral to me. And
yeah,
I have to do some balloon rolls because that's just part of it. Yeah. This is the way I roll. I have to. Literally. Yeah, so if you hold on for a second while I put my headset up, I would love to grab another canvas and put this safely away.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
And if we have time, do we have time?
Oh, we have plenty. We have as much time as we need.
Okay, so let me put this away, and then I'm gonna just grab another canvas here. Hold on.
All right. This is going to be, this might actually work out. I kind of bumped it when I took the thing out of there. And I had that little gloob. Here we go. So, where'd my stick go? There it is. I'm just going to push this up. Because I don't flow very well.
That's what she said.
Okay. Take this guy off. There we go. Well, Mr. just fell on the floor. Yeah, I'm the same way, Brooke. I wish I could make balloon magic, but alas, balloons don't like me either. It's kind of like plastic wrap. Never heard, Linda, if you want to sincerely find Fiona is like magical at this bottom bottle pour with a dip. She's just like beyond amazing, and my stuff looks like hot trash. So, let's see here. Let's do in.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that.
No, you needed to go do your thing. I have to do that too. So I just don't have any room in my rack right now. So I don't know. I didn't plan that far ahead. I was like,
Uh-oh.
it's like I have everything clear coated and drying on the rack. What am I supposed to do with this? But I'll figure
Do you
it
have
out.
one of those baker's rack? I would think you might because of
I
your background.
actually built 2 racks that look like
Oh,
a baker's rack, but they're a little bit, they're about the same width as a baker's rack.
mhm.
It's about the same size as a full sheet pan, but it's a little bit shorter because I needed to make
Okay.
sure that I could get it in and out the door when
Oh, I see.
I don't plan on living here forever
Right.
because I don't want to live here forever. I don't even want to be living here right now, but circumstances being what they are, I got to do what
Yeah,
I got
not
to.
a lot of people are moving around right now. It's kind of people are in a stasis.
Yeah, I would love to move to the country right now, but with the COVID and everything, my plans got kind of discombobulated. So
Derailed.
derailed. So, so far in your life, what has been your greatest accomplishment?
Um, my spiritual growth, I think, is my greatest accomplishment because getting to know myself has been probably the most difficult and the best journey, the most rewarding journey for me in my life. Um, and I'm not even just talking about, I'm not talking about necessarily any specific religion or anything like that. I'm just talking about,
Right.
the journey of getting older
Yeah,
and just getting to
discovering
know
yourself.
knowing who you are and figuring that out and accepting yourself and self-love, and that stuff is so important. It's so valuable, and I'm so happy that I'm at a better place in my life, and
Yeah,
yeah, I think that's a huge, I mean, I could talk about business things, of course. Like I've started a business from scratch, from nothing, and I
yeah.
started another business from nothing, and those things are really, really amazing. And I'm not trying to downplay them at all, but like at the end of the day, that's the thing that I think I'm the happiest about.
Well, and at the end of the day, that's what you have to live with is yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
You can have a business, but that's not you.
Right.
So
Oh yeah. That's one thing they always talk about is like, who are you? I used to listen to Dr. Wayne Dyer a lot before he passed away. And that's one thing he's always like, who are you when the thing that you do can no longer be done? Like what, at the end of the day, what happens to you after that? And that's the question that you need to ask yourself, because those are the things that, we take with us forever. Like after we get older, we maybe retire, or we can no longer do the same things we used to do. Like what makes us us, and are you happy with that?
right, you got at
Yeah.
the end of the day, you got to be able to sleep at night.
Yeah,
So
I'm gonna do this pour the opposite way. Like
it says I'm definitely channeling Fiona. Wow, check that out. Yeah, that one turned out pretty
that
cool.
is so pretty,
I'm
Tish.
actually kind of impressed with myself. The
I
other one was
love
not
that
garbage, but
one.
this one actually turned out pretty good. So I don't
So
know.
pretty. I love the out. So what I was busy. So in the center of that painting, did you, oh yeah, that's so pretty. Look at
I
that.
just made sure it lifted up in the middle because the first one I didn't, and then I went back and did a balloon smash because I happened to have a water balloon handy. So,
Oh, with the water. I've never tried
yeah,
that. See, that's something I've never tried right there. That
I
I'd
like
like
the
to.
water balloons better because I can control it better. With my back injury, I wasn't able to feel my left hand, so my right hand has been predominant, and so it's giving me problems because I'm using it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And, um, so the water balloon I can actually grab onto with a firmer grip than I can like a regular balloon. Like this is too
Yeah.
sticky, you know. So
Now, when I do this is why I use a glove, and I'll show a clean one right here, just as long as we're here. But this is why I use a glove, because I stick my thumb inside of the thumb like that.
oh yeah,
See?
hey,
And then I can hold on to it without it falling. And so that's why I don't use balloons. That's why I use
gloves.
gloves. Yeah.
My glove supply is very short though. I have
Oh
very
yeah, I know.
I have to save them for my resin because I can't get that stuff on my skin. I break out in a rash.
Yeah.
Even
No,
the
yeah,
low
I understand that completely. Yeah.
So, but I'm just getting the edge because that one seemed to lift off even more than the other ones did. So did this one. But this is just really fluid white. And it's a mix of, because I am almost out of white. My Michael's here is out of white, and even on
The
one,
artist loft.
the artist loft white, yeah. And so I might have to break down and go to Hobby Lobby, which I don't want to do because they kind of made me mad. Even if it was all not 100% true, but even though there was some truth to some of the stuff that was being said and being done, I'm not telling you guys to boycott them or anything. I'm just saying this is my personal choice.
Yeah.
So, but because to me, employees are more important than your own personal life. So,
yeah, I understand that.
Because I always say that in the root of every lie there is some truth, and even if it's only partially true or fractionally true, there's still some truth there.
I agree.
But I'm going to leave this one alone. I'm not going to futz with it anymore.
It's really pretty. I really love it.
Oh, this one just wants to fall off the edge of the canvas, so we're just going to, I don't know. That one's still pretty. It's just not what I wanted. So I might scrape that one.
Tell your daughter hi. She's trying to figure out why she can't hear us. Why we can't hear her.
Why we can't hear her.
Yeah.
Hi, honey. Hello, little miss.
She's like, why?
Did you clean your room yet? Well, that's her nightly thing before bed. She needs to clean her room.
Uh-oh.
She needs to make sure. And I told her, I said, the one time I said, I'm not going to come over and make ice cream. So, because that's one of the things that I'm going to do is that when I go visit them, whenever all this COVID stuff decides it wants to end, I'm going to bring my ice cream maker and my KitchenAid, and we're going to bake cookies, and we're going to make ice cream, and we're going to do all kinds of fun kid stuff. Because
that was your history. You were a baker?
Yeah, I actually went to culinary school to be a pastry chef. So,
okay.
And I've always been a baker. I started baking with an easy bake oven when I was like 7. And it just always kind of grew from there. And I always loved to bake. I baked a lot of my kids' birthday cakes and everything. So I love doing that. And that's when you said you were a chef, I'm like, oh, finally a foodie, someone that can get me. It's like,
we can talk about food all day long. I mean, I've been trying to avoid the subject, but I mean, if you get me on it, it's hard to get me off.
Oh, I know. I'm the same way. And anybody who is not new to the channel, that's what the chat talks about a lot of the time too, is food. So yeah, we talk food a lot.
Because it's awesome.
Well, because food is amazing and food is necessary. And, if you eat just for sustenance, then you're missing out,
Wholeheartedly.
And you can make healthy meals that taste really good. So don't say, oh, it's not healthy if it tastes good, BS. So,
no.
But so let me put this down on there. And what has been your greatest struggle?
In life or as a painter?
Both, either or, whichever one you feel comfortable sharing.
I think, as a painter is the overcoming the doubt of, well, let me put it like this. Comparison is the thief of joy.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it is.
Comparison is the thief of joy. And when you find yourself comparing yourself, whether it's comparing someone's channel doing better than yours, comparing someone's art sales doing better than yours, or social media accounts doing better than yours, or like it could be anything, when you do that is when
trying to keep up with the Joneses.
Yeah, that's when you begin to lose like the joy of creation. And I find myself, I'm not a social media person. I know, like, because I'm saying I'm on all these social media sites, but honestly, it's never been that way for me before this. So This is brand new for me to be on all these social media sites. So I'm still figuring out my way, and that's been a huge struggle for me. Like I'm used to doing well no matter what I do.
Right.
And I have to figure out, sometimes doing well, it looks different than you think it doing well is. And I had to adjust my expectations. What does doing well actually mean for me? Like,
Right.
I sold a lot of paintings last year, like a lot, and over 150, probably 140 paintings last year.
Wow.
So that's doing well, but
Too.
I'm always striving to do better. So I still see myself as falling behind in some ways, and
Yeah.
it's interesting, So that's the biggest struggle for me, is accepting that I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be at exactly the perfect time I'm supposed to be here,
Well, and things just kind of come together, and it's, for me, it's always having, actually it was just, I have dreams. I have very vivid dreams, and sometimes those dreams will motivate me to do something, and it makes me conquer my fear, because I mean, before I went to YouTube, I tried Facebook and I totally failed at it. And I'm like, well, I suck at this. I can't do it, And then I did YouTube, and, I'm growing every day, and everybody that I talk to is thankful for me. And I'm like, yes, thank you.
Yep.
I found my fam. I found my tribe. I found where I need to be. And when I first started, it's like, I started with lives even, and no one would come. And I'm like, well, if someone watches the replay and I touch one person in this, then I did my job, and I did what I wanted to do. And I think you conveyed that, even though it's not your forte and it's not what you're really good at, but as long as you catch that one person at that one time and you're able to help them, then, that's where I think you and I are very much alike.
I think we have the same ideas in terms of that as well, for sure.
Yeah.
And this painting is just kind of like ugly that I just made. I don't know. Now, see this one, when it dries,
it looks like a beach. It looks like a water,
it does.
It looks
so
like
maybe I should play with the edge right here.
There we go.
And use some airbrush technique and some white to make that more like waves foaming out into the sand or something.
See, I haven't embellished any of mine yet because I'm too scared to. So I'm gonna take one of the ones that I don't really like and try and embellish it and see if I can make it better. But I'm just
watch Sandra let. She is amazing at embellishing. She's a great painter. Yeah, but she helped give me some confidence to try a few embellishment things, and she has a teaching style that makes you feel really comfortable.
Okay. Well, yeah, because I grew up watching Bob Ross and other artists that are on PBS, and I still have a hard time convincing myself that I can actually paint with a paintbrush.
Me too.
Like, well, I'll just cut it out in vinyl or something,
Right.
But I can design something on the computer. I mean, I always say I'm not tech savvy, but when it comes to like design work and like and doing that kind of stuff, I enjoy doing that. I'm not real good at it yet, but I enjoy doing it. So I might start doing that. I know I do want to design my own merch, because I don't want to give Teespring any more of my money. They can the toot. So,
well, you the thing is, I was just gonna say, as far as embellishing goes, I've done it a few different times and I avoided it for a long time, but there is definitely something to these fluid art pieces being amazing backgrounds. And it's like, instead of them being the end result, which of course that's awesome too, but they can also be a beautiful beginning point too. And I started looking at my paintings differently. I think Elise Fournier was a huge inspiration to me. And I saw her embellishments and I was just totally blown away and thought, No, I'm not as good as her, but I have to start somewhere, you know?
Yeah,
So,
we're not all Michael Jordan. We can't just pick up a basketball
right.
and shoot hoops,
Exactly.
you know. It's
Yeah.
just, that's we all start at zero. And
Yeah.
that's something that I have to remind myself every day when I get frustrated, when I can't do something in Filmora, or I can't figure out a certain thing for my live stream, or, I'm like, okay, try and figure it out. If you can't figure it out, go to the experts. And that's what I do, you
Yeah.
know. So I think I need to make my paint thicker. I think I made it too thin, but we're going to go with it. So if you were on a deserted island and you could only take 3 things, what would it be?
Well, I do watch a lot of Naked and Afraid. And so I'm pretty sure that I need a machete, a fire starter, and let me think. It depends on if there's gonna maybe a water purifier or something. You know, just the basics. That's
She's like
probably.
all about survival. She's like, dude, I can figure out everything else. I just need tools.
I'm like, I can make mud and do clay work and end up like being artistic. I can, you know, I can throw some pots eventually, but I'm not gonna throw any pots if I'm not alive. So
Exactly. That's exactly
yeah.
it.
Yeah. So
I was the same way. I was like, I need a knife because I can't, I can't nap a knife out of stone, that's not my thing, So yeah. So
that's
what is
funny.
the wildest art idea you have ever done? Maybe not successfully, but just done.
I did I haven't showed this on camera, of course, because it's interesting at best. I did a huge round 20. It was like 24-inch piece of is MDF board, and I textured and layered it with all these different kinds of texture pastes and tile paste and all kinds of stuff. And then I did a pour over the top because I wanted to see what would happen, to the, as the paint rolled over these different surfaces. I was trying to figure out if I could, and it was kind of a failure because, the big valleys and peaks and stuff, it just kind of pooled right in front of there and wouldn't go over the humps. And then I don't know. But I look at that piece almost every day and think someday it's going to come to me what I should do to finish it,
Right. It's
So,
your inspiration piece.
yeah, we're going to see. Do you care if I use my airbrush for like a few seconds?
No, go ahead. If it gets to be there's an audio, what is it called? An audio adjuster. So it should
Okay.
adjust for something small like a airbrush. But if it doesn't, I can just mute your microphone and then bring you back.
Okay, I'm just gonna airbrush this little bit for a minute just to, and
Okay.
I'm gonna do it right now.
Yeah, that's not loud at all. Some people might even be annoyed by it, but if you are annoyed by it, then mute your mic or mute your whatever you're listening.
I'm just thinking that this would help, like, give that wave look.
Oh, absolutely. I know I gotta find out my bits to my airbrush.
And I used high flow. I used some white for like the stark white quality, and then I used some high flow for it's gonna dry really super shiny and pearlescent in those areas.
Very cool.
What do you think, guys?
I think that's gorgeous, but I'm a little biased. So
thank you. Thank you, Gina. Thank you so much. This has been fun so far. I don't have any more canvases.
No, we'll be almost done here. I just have a couple more questions, and then so what would you tell 16-year-old you?
Stop caring about what other people think. That's probably the biggest thing for me, because I think I cared to the point of not truly being who I was and loving who I was. Man, I look back, I'm like, oh, I was pretty, I was talented, I was kind. You know, I had so much going for me, and I think I just cared so much about what other people thought. I didn't fully embrace that. You got to embrace that part of yourself, you know.
Right.
And, I wish I would have. Yeah, that's probably the biggest thing.
It's just
Don't care about what other people think of you. Just be you, love you.
that's exactly it. That's a good message for all the 16-year-olds out there.
Right?
So, in this crazy world that we live in now, what are 3 things that bring you joy?
Music, food. I mean, I love an amazing meal. It's sometimes I'll make a whole beautiful, ridiculously just delicious meal just for myself and just sit down and think, I'm a good cook. After all these years, it's definitely something that I enjoy. And then art. I mean, gosh, how can I not say art? It's one of the most pleasurable things in my day. And I tell you, at night, I've been doing these little watercolors or these little marker drawings, and they're not something I could imagine myself doing, but they're so relaxing. And if I could have a terrible day and I'll sit down and do one of these little doodles and just feel better. It's just a balm for my spirit. I feel calm, and I love art. It's an amazing thing. So,
Well, and you are an artist in a lot of different ways. As far as I always say, culinary is an art, because
absolutely,
I can cook, okay, but it's like I can't make it look beautiful. I can make it taste pretty good, you know. Especially when it's like ramen and like basic stupid stuff that I have at home, and it's like, okay, well, I need to make 2 meals out of this, so what can I do? And
right,
I can make ramen taste good, but
right. Oh yeah,
that's one of my specialties. But making something, like I've seen some of the chefs at school just make these beautiful creations that are beautiful to look at, like so much so you don't want to eat them because they're too beautiful. So, yeah. But with that being said, the final round of our questioning, because
yes,
is what I like to call the lightning round. Pew,
oh
pew,
God,
pew, pew.
I have a feeling I won't be good at this one.
Oh,
No time to think about anything. Is that what you're trying to say?
No, you have time. Just because I say it's a lightning round doesn't mean we have to go really fast. I mean, I like to because it makes it more fun. But
okay, all right. I'm gonna try to play along.
Okay, play along, please.
I'm trying.
So, I have 13 questions, and they are this or that type questions. So if I say A or B, you pick A or B, or you can say both, or you can say neither. So,
Okay.
you've got 4 options. It's a multiple choice question.
Okay.
So 1 question. So you got it. All right. Number 1, sneakers or sandals?
B. Oh, wait, sandals. Okay, I was so prepared for that.
She's like so ready.
I'm like, wait, I know.
That was
okay.
A question, dear.
Okay, sorry.
Nope, it's all good. It's all good.
See, I did understand. I mean, can I have written directions next time mailed to me ahead of time so I can figure this out?
You're doing fabulous. You're doing awesome.
Okay. All right.
Okay, so number 2, music or podcasts?
Music.
Number 3, dawn or dusk?
Dusk.
Number 4, white or wheat?
White.
Number 5, Facebook or Twitter?
Facebook.
Number 6, rap or rock?
Rap.
Number 7, Star Wars or Star Trek?
Oh God. Star Wars.
I'll get a Trekkie in here someday. Someday I will have a Trekkie with me.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's okay. It's all good fun. I actually love both, but I'm more of a Star Trek
See,
fan.
if I said Trekkie, then you'd want to talk Trekkie, and I don't know enough about it.
No. It's a very guarded secret. Well, not really.
It is. That's what I'm saying. Y'all are serious. You're super serious.
So number 8 is hamburger or taco.
Taco.
Number 9, Netflix or Hulu.
Netflix, I guess. That's
Number
neither
10.
one of my favorite, but
Nah, I'm not. I don't. I have Hulu, but I don't watch it. But number 10, organized or chaos.
organized. Oh my god. Yes.
I'm kind of organized chaos. Number 11, blue or pink.
Blue.
Number 12, jogging or hiking.
That's a terrible question. No. How about the word no? Does that comes to mind? No is my answer.
Okay, no is a perfectly
If I could, let's just say I'm not capable of doing either one of those things, but I'd say hiking because of the nature for sure.
Right. I would too.
Yeah.
Number 13, last and final question of the evening. Beach or mountains?
That's, oh god. I guess beach. That's really hard. I grew up in the mountains, so it means something to me, but I love the ocean, so I live at the ocean now, so like yeah. It's hard.
Cheryl says both. Oh, Michael Pepper Tech is here, and he says, what Heather has there looks like a shot from space. I want that. So you're going to have to hook up with Heather, contact her. Her information for her channel and everything is in the description box below.
Thank you.
Yes, Doris, do leave a tip in Heather's PayPal tip jar if you appreciate her efforts. And if you can leave one in mine, that'd be cool too. Give us both a little bit of love. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, leave a tip in Tish's jar, because this is an amazing platform. I appreciate it so much. It's so wonderful that what you do for other artists, and I've always been a firm believer that we need to support each other. We live in an incredibly abundant universe. There's enough to go around, and we can all share in the abundance, and I fully feel that when we talk, that's where your head is at, and I love it.
Yep. That's exactly it. Is you, and I'm always one of those people, you receive what you put out, you reap what you sow.
Yeah.
And you know, I put out kindness, and because I need kindness in my life, and we all do. And so I'm just kind to everybody. Even when they make me mad, I'm still kind to them. I don't know their life. I don't know. They might be having a bad day. They might be, having a bad life at this particular time. So I'm just going to be kind to them and kill them with kindness. So
support each other. Yep.
Exactly. So, I just want to put a little plug in for us for tomorrow night. We've got Artapalooza going on. If you're not familiar with Artapalooza, there is a link to the playlist in the description box below, but I'm also putting the Artapalooza link in the channel or in the chat box there. And we have 5 awesome artists coming on live, much similar to the way Heather and I are doing it, but times 5.
Wow.
So,
I can't wait to do that. I want to do that so bad.
I want to have you on it. I think it would be so fun. We'll just have like a bunch of canvases ready for you and just have you just go, because I've yet to see anything that wasn't beautiful. So
that's so kind. Thank you.
Well, it's truth. So, but Artapalooza, and the link to join in on that, if you in the chat are interested as well, the link to join in on Artapalooza, you don't even have to be a fluid artist if you're a musician. There we go. We had someone donate anonymous donator donated $10 to my tip jar. Thank you so much to whomever you are. So yes, huzzah. Thank you, Anonymous, for donating $10. Thanks for supporting the Artist Haven. We appreciate you. So yes, Snortapalooza. Yes, that we laughed so hard. We laughed so hard. It's so much fun.
You guys do snort a lot on your channel. I was watching. I was like, I thought that I was so funny. I just put on your channel and was doing stuff. I just was letting it run through a bunch of videos, and I found myself laughing in the other room. I'm like, they really snort a lot in there.
Yeah. Oh, and Friday Night Flip Cup is Friday night when Brooke and I get together. But the thing is, that's how we are when we're on the phone together. Is how minus the swears because we don't swear online,
Right?
That's how our friendship is, and I think that's just we have all kinds of fun. And Doris, yes, we know you're not a snorter. You need
Doris
to
is not me.
come to the dark side, or the snort side. There we go. So that's my best Vader voice. But I appreciate all of you for joining us tonight. Please do, if you're not subscribed to Heather's channel, please go over and check out her videos. She has a lot of great content over there. And
thank you.
Subscribe, click her bell, let her know you're there, comment. And you go live every Friday night. But you go
I do.
You see, we need to work this out because we go live at 7:30 because excuse me, Brooke is on the East Coast, I'm Central, and you're on the West Coast.
I know.
So we're like trying
that's
to do
why I thought
when I started
5 would be a good time. That's why I chose 5 because I thought, well, it's not too late. And I had a few patrons of mine that were like, if you go later than 5, I'm not going to come. And then so I tried to help. Yeah.
When you posted 5 o'clock, and I was like thinking, oh, cool, I won't have to worry about it because I changed my times recently for Friday night, Saturday night. And I'm like, well, she goes live at 5 o'clock. That'll be plenty of time. No, sweetheart, Tish, dummy, it's 5 o'clock. Pacific.
My time. Yeah. Sorry.
Damn it. So I think we'll work it out because I don't want to go too late because Brooke is on the East Coast and I don't want to go too late because I don't want to go on the same time as you, but I still want to do something. So we'll figure it out. It's the way we are. So anyway, thank you all for joining us. Thank you for the super chats it's not super chats. What did I call it before? I don't remember, but tip jar, whatever. Make sure to give Heather some love as well. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. I appreciate you. Remember, be kind to one another. Peace, love, and happiness.
Bye-bye.
If I can get my mouse to go, there we go.
I'll do it too.